Hi guys, welcome. Want to do a little talk today about the game, things they need to fix on it. Um, Caught a nice fish here, 21 kilos. I didn't have my mic on, so instead of just putting up the video with no sound, I thought I'll talk about some problems with the game lately. Um, Number one is this fish here I caught. I don't have a weak setup here, but it's actually my weaker setup, and I'm using the caliber reel, which is a 15.5 kilo drag with a feeder rod which has I believe it's about 30 kilos. It's the Model 2. Huge problem with the game that they need to patch is this fish took me over 1 hour to get in, and even though it was a nice fish, you're looking at about 30-40 silver for an hour of, you can see the nightmare here. I had 375 meters of line and just about got the fish in. So I think that's a huge problem. I mean, if you're catching 21 kilo fish, carp, it's not easy. You don't get them all the time, and the pay is too low. You're a lot better off getting 3 to 5 kilo fish then. When they're feeding well, the fish are coming in constantly, so it makes no sense catching the big fish. Another thing is, this is the last time I'll be using this rod and reel on this lake, as they're just not strong enough. They just don't get the big fish in quick enough, and by catching the big fish you're actually losing money. The next thing I wanted to go on about was Bear Lake at the moment, and also amber. When I caught this fish a few days ago, 21 kilos, I was catching 100 fish plus a day, making between 1,000 and 1,200 a day. On a good day I was making maybe 150 an hour, maybe 200 if it was really good. I think that's pretty fair on the game, to give you that kind of rate. It's not a lot of money really when you think about it. I mean, over 8 hours on a good day you could make 1,200. Not everyone has 8 hours. I'm actually off work at the moment of that, so I'm lucky enough to be able to play it. But most people have not got 8 hours every day to be playing this game. So 1,200 a day, it's an okay rate. Here's the problem with Bear Lake, and now now also Amber Lake. I've noticed that the last few weeks, we'll talk about Bear first, the lake is dead. It's absolutely dead. It doesn't matter what spot you fish on, it doesn't matter what bait you use, you are hardly catching. I was there the other day, actually yesterday. I had a few tips from friends, tried it. I think over 30 minutes I caught one 600 gram tench. Tried different hooks, tried boilies, tried potatoes, tried garlic dough, just tried everything, different ground baits. The lake is completely dead. I honestly think, a few weeks ago when I had a weaker setup, I was doing 1,000 on that lake. If I had the setup I had now, a few weeks ago, I believe I could have made maybe 2,500 a day. So I definitely think they've got stingier, and they've decided to cap that lake off. That's what I believe. It's not me having a go at the game or anything, but at the end of the day, if you give someone 150, 200 an hour, it's still a long grind to get hold of 10, 20,000 for reels, and that ain't including your rods. So you're looking at 30, 40,000 for top of the range gear, if not more. I mean, the gold reels are 30,000, so you can see how many hours you've got to put in. Now this is rubbed off on amber. Amber today has been dead. I didn't catch much. I decided to buy the cobra and throw some boilies out, and that did catch me a lot more fish, to be honest, but it was still really slow. And the thing with the cobra is, you don't unlock it, I think, until 85%. So it's a long way to unlock it, and then when you do unlock it, you're throwing out 5 boilies at a time, which is it's a joke, you know, because obviously it costs you a lot of money to use it, you know. Yeah, I feel like at the moment they, you know, they'll lose customers, they'll lose people playing the game if they're gonna be, you know, that stingy. I know fish move around, and I know there's, you know, hot spots for a little while and then other hot spots. But yesterday I moved around. I went and fished a few other lakes I don't normally fish. I don't enjoy spin fishing, but I gave it a go, and you know, even that was dead. So I definitely think, yeah, they've calmed it down. A friend of mine was telling me yesterday that someone put up, I think it was on the Bream, on the Eastern Bream, they made 4,000 in a day. And I think things like that, is they've looked at that and said, well, if they make 4,000 every day, you know, over 10 days they're going to make 40 grand. It's too much money to give away for free. So I can see them, you know, patching some things to protect their business. But if you're telling me you've got to fish for 5 hours for 30 fish off amber, and most of them are small, it's just not worth it. Yeah, another thing, you know, the gold, I think I've spent about £250 on it. I didn't really mind, if I'm being honest, because, you know, I've been in lockdown, I've been bored and wanted to move along a bit on the game. But at the end of the day, you know, if we're supporting the game should give us back the right fishing. You know, I don't want to be paying that money and then, you know, last couple of days there's no fish in the lake. You know, Bear Lake's completely dead. I noticed there was a lot of YouTube videos about Bear Lake saying it's the best lake, it's the most consistent lake. Maybe that's why, you know, too many people fishing it. But, you know, I don't think it's fair. You know, gold's way overpriced. You know, they're charging literally more money for gear than they would in real life. So I don't think that's a good marketing plan, you know. I think if it was cheaper, they would have a lot more business. But yeah, it's not me knocking the game. I love the game. I really enjoy it. It's just, there's just certain things they need to patch now, you know. Keep the lakes more consistent. I believe, and honestly I do believe it, that the higher your level, the easier it is to catch. It seems like, you know, the higher the level, the more fish people catch. It might be to do with, you know, they're using PVA, but I know some people that don't use PVA. I know a guy is in level 40 sat, top 100 player in other regions, and he told me don't use boilies or PVA, and he seems to just catch constant. So I don't know, you know, it's kind of odd. There was one more thing I was going to say. Yeah, Premium, is it worth it? To be honest, yeah, you level up quick in that, but they could give you a little bit more. I mean, I don't mind paying the Premium. It's not that expensive. It's around $15 for a month, which is, it's not bad. But the problem with it is, other than getting double XP and being able to send your mate stuff for free, I mean, there's not much you get with it. They could easily say, okay, if you're Premium, you get 10% more on fish you catch. They could do that. Or they could say you get a 10% discount or 20% discount in the shop. But no, they don't seem to be giving much, you know. And you know, if the lakes carry on, if we carry on fishing and the lakes are dead, then people walk away from the game, including myself, because you know, it's not a cheap game, and I'll continue to support it with Premium. But you know, if there's no fish in there, I'm not gonna play it, you know, because I'm not gonna have, you know, 10 hours a day every day. And I think most people are on the same boat. If you play this game just as a hobby, you know, hour here, hour there, you're going to get nowhere. Absolutely nowhere, whether you got Premium or not. So I do think they need to patch some things like that, you know. But anyway, guys, I've been going on a bit, and if you got any views about this, you know, drop a comment. I mean, it is a great game. Definitely the best fishing game I've played, actually, in my life. So I will give them a lot of credit there. I just think they need to, you know, patch a few things. But yeah, like I said, if you've got anything to say, you know, drop a comment about it. And until next time, I'll see you then. I'll leave this fish I'm catching here running, and if you want, you can carry on watching it. It was a nice fish. Anyway, guys, take care. Bye.